bring the microphone up. Okay, there we go. Now we're good to go. Alright, so Tales of Arise. Where were we? We were in the water castle. The Fadas. And we are trying to not get our butts beat. So we can't go through that door, we can't go through that door. We have to go through this area here. Clear that room. Alright. Oh, actually. Use the blazing sword.
It'll take more than this to stop us.
Perhaps they were trying to exhaust us?
It's hard to say. Interesting. Alright, so let's have a look here. Realize that I have a couple of hotkeys here. And I am doing that. So what's that give us? That gives us elemental attack. Actually, if we can clear... That'd be good. Alright, so she's got a few points, but nothing she can use. She's got like no points. He's got a couple of points. But again, nothing really worthwhile. Let's see here. How's it going? Grind continues. Well, this game's not really a grind. This is Tales of Arise. This is not really a grind, it's just, it's pretty linear, it's pretty solid. We're not really doing anything that requires a grind, thankfully. Not good. Second of us. Source of attack. Doesn't have enough for anything else, but that's okay. So yeah, it's definitely a thing. I don't know why he's out. I don't know how I changed to him. Because it should be on, Rinwell? According to this. Well, now that's just not right. I have no clue what it's doing. I don't know, it's weird. It's being weird. It's just... I don't know. No, well, for some strange reason, it's now... on a character it's not supposed to be on. So, Rinwell should be active. And it's showing like other people being active, which is kind of weird. So I'm not exactly sure why. So it's kind of just being weird at the moment. It's not really a concern. Yeah, it's not really a concern, it's just...
Could have been worse.
Kind of weird. I keep hitting the wrong key too, so... That's not helpful. See, like, it should be showing Renwell. Okay. Me. Right, here we go. Let's do that. There we go. Nice. Alright. For some reason, one changed, the other one changed. It was just being weird. But it's fixed now. I have been well on both.
Your wings won't save you from me.
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
It's kind of interesting. Oh, I know what's wrong.
May 1,000 gales. Where are you going?
I don't have her active.
Commander of Heaven.
That's kind of... we just picked up...
We'll soon see
Oh,
about that.
garbage. We just got, shown back.
Flame inside me.
And...
Ignite.
And just... I gotta get her moved back out.
May 1,000 gales carry you to drag.
It'll be better once we get everything straightened out again. But it's okay. How are you doing this week? There we go. Giving a good week so far?
Be let free.
One more. I'm ready. Bullseye.
Far enough. You're mine.
Let them mark.
Here we go. Below decent, I suppose.
Hey.
Well, that's not
anyone else
good.
think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
We're not having any issues.
Looks like some solid equipment.
Alright, so let's see. Equip. That is, his gear. And then I need to change her with her.
Mint.
That's better. I'm doing well, though. It's been kind of a long week, but everything's going well, and we'll get where we need to go eventually. I guess we'll just keep on cruising this way.
Hey, look at that enemy. It's shining.
I have no clue what I just did to myself.
Here goes.
I think we may have an issue.
Take it down. Carry it to drag.
Pesky airborne scoundrels and
Honestly, we may have an issue. This may not be good. Because I think I just dragged other monsters into a fight with another group of monsters. There we go. Let's get rid of that guy. Get rid of that.
Now I'm real mad.
Okay, yay. Wow, this is just... Okay, so I created a nasty little fight here. So, we're doing well, so I'm okay with that. However, I was doing a little bit of research into White Knight Chronicles 2, and it looks like where I'm at, without spending probably 30, maybe 40 hours in grinding, we're not going to be able to progress unless I want to sit there and grind for like at least 30 hours. 30 to 40 more hours for White Knight Chronicles.
It's a trap!
It's rather pathetic. But it's because White Knight Chronicles 2 was intentionally designed to be an online game.
These ones can run rings around us.
And you have the offline modes available, but because you have to deal with the NPCs, it takes way longer to level up. You have to do a lot more grinding in order to get the same amount of experience you would. So like, normally you would go in with a player party who's at your level or above, and you'd easily clear a mission that's, you know, say worth half a level, you know, third of a level, half a level, somewhere in that range, with minimal issues. However, because you have to do it solo with the NPCs, which, as you know, are less than ideal, you have to do much easier missions. And there is a recommended mission group that you can do to get there efficiently, but it comes out to an absurd number of hours that you have to grind in order to get where you need to be. Yeah, it's gonna be a mess, so I'll probably leave it be and just go on to something else.
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
So,
Astral energy.
Say no more.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I might just continue this
I'm pretty
just to
lucky.
finish. Just try and finish. Yeah, that is an option I have. Is to work through White Knight Chronicles more.
An opponent like
Just so I
this
can
should be
finish it up.
Not on my watch. It's a duel of the arts. May 1,000 gales carry you to triumph.
So there's that. Or I could go on with something. I could do something completely different.
No sooner said than done.
So I'm kind of in limbo, and I really need to figure it out before tomorrow night. So that's pretty much what I gotta do
No
tomorrow,
scratches on my shield or my armor.
is figure out what I'm gonna do for tomorrow night. There's one dude standing in the middle. I knew it was gonna be a trap room. Ha! I don't need you. Don't need you. Need to kill these guys though. They're in the way.
Out of our way. May 1,000 gales.
So, the joys of old online games. I mean, I might actually do something with it later on. Like, I might do some grinding with it offline. But honestly, considering the number of hours, I basically have to main the game on and offline in order to be able to catch up.
Everyone hanging in there?
I would, if I wanted to actually complete it, I would have no choice. I would have to do that. Let's go this way. Come on, boys. I just want to get to the ice wall behind you. That's all I want. Let's get to the store. Oh, there's nothing here, so there's probably a chest here somewhere. But there's a chest. There is. It's a little odd chest. You know, an owl elixir is not that useful. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is. Yeah, well, it's because White Knight Chronicles 2 is, well, was an MMO. And they just rolled it offline. If you were to play, like, let's say Final Fantasy 14, and you were to play Final Fantasy 14 offline, you know, by yourself, solo, as the game stands right now, you know, with it being online, the number of hours you have to do in order to go from level 1 to level, what is it now, 90? I think it is within this expansion. Is somewhere around, I think it's like 150 to 200 hours to max out your level.
Onward and upward.
Now, most of it you're doing like the main story quests. And when you're doing the main story quests, it's a little easier. It really is. It is easier when you're doing the main story quests. But what we're talking about here is making it so that you can't use any of the bonuses that anybody else playing the game would have had when they were playing it online. So think about doing all those dungeons and raids with NPCs and only NPCs when you know they can't do jack squat DPS wise or tanking wise or whatever. Yeah, that's what we're into. So instead of taking like 200 hours, it ends up taking you 1,000 hours.
With this, I can become even stronger.
It's just, it's a brutal.
So strong, Xion. Even after everything you've been through.
I wouldn't say I'm strong.
Yeah,
I don't know what would
it's,
have happened to me if I'd stayed alone.
and to max out, like to
I think you would have
platinum,
endured. As long as
White
you
Knight
remember
Chronicles
you're
2,
never truly alone,
the
that
estimate
thought can get you through a lot.
is like
See? Even
Someone
he
said,
knows
like,
you're not alone.
400 or 500 hours to platinum the game without the online. I know, right? Think of that. Having to play the game for 400 or 500 hours solo with those brutal conditions, grinding like 12 or 13 quests. That's it. You only have like 12 or 13 decent quests. And you have to grind each of them like 100 times. And then you get to the next quest that you have to sit there and grind 100 times. And then you get to the next quest that you have to grind 100 times.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
It's really bad.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Here I go.
Coming through! Now!
Yeah, I missed a guard going off.
Scarlet Inferno! Here!
Armor won't save you. Water, tear my cream.
Oh crap, I did not mean to hit mine.
Take this! Try this!
Glacial steel. May 1,000 gales tear you.
There we go.
Gusty nail.
See, can you block that?
1,000 gales tear you to shreds. By the
Yeah, it's a...
vanquish darkness.
Eat dirt!
I'll tear you apart. If it's in the sky, it's mine.
So yeah, not really,
Where are you going?
something I think I want to do.
Now we're not
So,
no further.
it's gonna be a mess. If I decide to actually do something with it.
I'll heal you all. Close one.
And of course, we're all just getting our butt crammed over here.
Eat dirt!
Now you see what I can do.
Vanquish darkness.
Because, you know, it's just a thing today. Hopefully he wipes it out.
Firmament render.
Really? It's not dead yet?
Astral energy.
Goodbye.
Say no more!
I mean, I've done those types of brutal grinds before. But it's just... they're not fun. You know, it's not fun to sit there and, have to do that kind of grind. Okay, so here's the actual...
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Great. This room has an owl in it. This floor's got an owl. Let's see if we can avoid... Okay, so it's a lever we need to flip. But we don't have the owl up here? It's on the upper side of this. Must be down there then. Alright, let's see here. I think this might be the control device for the drawbridge. Turn and see what it does. Look, the drawbridge is down. There's another drawbridge over there that does... That means there's a separate device that controls that one. That'd be my guess. Let's look around some more and see what we can find. So, which drawbridge is down? That's the upper drawbridge. Which does us no good. Fine.
Whoa!
I don't know.
Let's dispose of the trash. 1,000 gales tear you to shreds.
I don't know. Y'all are just trying to drive me nuts.
May 1,000 gales.
Thankfully, this game's not overly difficult. So, it's pretty easy to...
Where are you going? You'll soon see about that. Let me help. First aid. May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds. Gusty nail. By the firmament render.
I mean...
You picked the wrong fight!
honestly. It really could be worse. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. I wanted to suck off the magic, but I guess that's fine. So it goes back to the debate is, what do I want to do next? Do I want to do another RPG, or do I want to do something else?
Lady, fortune must truly be watching over me.
I don't know about that. We're back here to the front entrance. Where is... the last... Oh my goodness! That's the last food point? Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah. It's like grindy. I'm not sure there is anything like that right now. Forge. So I can make this. Works for me. And I can make her refined blaster. Just have to make her cheap blaster to replace it. And I can make her Book of Dark Wings. Works for me. And I can make his black gauntlets. Make the backups just because I can. So these are the only two that I can't make because I just don't have the Inferno Fang. Don't ask me why I don't have one. I don't know. Alright, that takes care of that. Buy, sell, buy, armor. Well, that's below me. Don't ask me why I don't have those, but no, we do. It's kind of our thing is to buy all the stuff we don't need. Because of, like, Rinwell's need to have
you guys checked your equipment
all
lately?
items. Go ahead and rest, get some food. I think there's one that does, like,
There's certainly an
experience
abundance of
gain.
water in this realm, isn't there?
Yeah, we won't have to worry about going hungry around here.
Is she saying she can get full off of just water?
Seriously, I'll fix you food while we're here. You don't have to worry.
Huh? Why are you two so concerned all of a sudden?
Okie dokie. So we want to do our resting. We want the one that gives us experience boost. So anything that's got a bigger experience boost than T. Is that the only experience booster we have? Experience boost L. That's a better one. I'll do
This
it.
came out so good. I almost hate having to eat it.
So let's do Shion.
Could we talk a moment?
Let's do her stats try real quick.
Mind if we chat a bit?
Now there's something I never thought I'd hear you say.
No kidding.
Remember when we talked about what it was like for me growing up? Well, I thought it only fair that I also get to ask what you were like as a child.
My childhood?
Trading
Maybe it's
childhood
the memo that was
stories.
going around, but I can't remember anything of my past.
I know. Just whatever you can remember. There's gotta be something, right?
Oh, this is pre-mask break.
Well, have I ever told you about my army days? Back when I used to serve under a Danon master?
Yeah, but that must have been after you were already grown up, right? Do you happen to remember anything from back when you were younger?
Oh, maybe.
Actually, I remember I had a kid with me.
You had a kid?
No, of course not.
Not my kid.
The child's father was another soldier. Back in those days, we risked our lives for a master we'd never even seen. We just fought for them and didn't even question it. When that kid's dad died and I saw them sitting there crying, I felt this bitter, indescribable feeling. It was like I was drinking something toxic that I knew I shouldn't.
Oh, okay, so this is after he's an adult. That's after his last
Strange.
break.
I never understood why I reacted like that.
What's not
Soldiers died every
grindy?
day. It wasn't anything new.
What do I have
What it
that's
tells
not
me is
really
that deep down,
grindy?
you were the same man then as you are now. You've never been able to accept injustice in the world.
If you keep talking like that, you're going to
Let me
embarrass
think.
me. I wonder whatever happened to that master and
Well-
poor kid. Not that there's any way
Not
of knowing
being
now.
grindy is like...
You know, I just
think
remembered that kid
impossible.
was good at sewing dolls. They gave me one once.
Most games are
like
grindy
good luck
for
charm to
some
protect
reason
me.
or another.
Dolls? I
Sure,
think it's
why
time
not?
we go to sleep.
Let me see. What do I have over on Steam?
Come on, guys. We've got lots to do.
Let's see. Right. Okay, hold on. Up. Cross through there. Through there. Can I zero into here? No, I can only go as far as Xian's recovery. Yeah. That works for me. Let me see here.
Looks
So if I
like we
just
made
look
it
at
here
like
in
my
one
Steam
piece.
calendar. What do I have? I have Tank Mechanic. I haven't played that yet. I have... What haven't I played yet? I have... I can see what's going on over in No Man's Sky. I think I have that installed somewhere. Could also pull up a few fighting games. Cause I still have, the .hack fighting game I haven't finished. Though it's all in Japanese, so, go figure. What else? Is it mostly in Japanese? All in Japanese? What is it? I don't remember which. I mean, I can go far around in, like, MechWarrior 5. That's fun. That's fun just to poke in. I also have battle tags. That's fun to poke in, too. Let's see. So I got a bunch of, RPGs that I could play that a lot of them aren't real grindy. Like the Assassin's Creed games, those aren't really grindy for the main story. They can be grindy if you want to like 100% them, but they're not too bad. I also got some Star Ocean games. I got old SSI games from Dungeons and Dragons back when they were TSR, or from the 80s and 90s. Some of those I haven't played in a long time, some of those I haven't played at all. But I do own most of them. I think I own all the ones that are currently out. And there's some new ones coming up soon that haven't been released in a long time. So there's that. Can I just go poke Final Fantasy? That's for like poking a stick, though. Poking a stick at a hornet's nest. Might not be a bad idea. Oh, you want grindy? If you like farm games, one of the currently the grindiest game out there for farm games
Stay sharp. We're going
is
in.
called Kinseed. And the ultimate goal of that game is to grow up, get married, have kids, and pass your curse? I guess it's the best way to describe it. Pass your curse onto a family member. And if you don't have a family member, the game will automatically give you an adoptee child when you have to pass it off. And that child will take up your curse. And you have to play for 1,000 game years in order to clear the curse. Yep, you heard that right. That is grindy. And it's not even done yet. It's not even out of early access. So think like a Harvest Moon or Rune Factory or one of those kinds of games
Looks like we won.
where you can do farming, you can do shop management, you can go on adventures, you know, whatever. And the ultimate goal, okay, so we don't have to lower one time, is to clear the 1,000-year curse that is on you. Yeah, it's and the worst part is the game's not even finished yet. I don't remember. I don't think so. Well, let me get. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get past this door real quick. Let me see. It's still in development, isn't it? I believe so. It is. Game is classified as. No, it's classified as in release now. I somehow didn't notice they went release. Which means they're done enough. But over the course of your time, you basically can obtain and buy like the whole community and town and stuff. It's pretty wicked. When did they go 1.0? Last year? December. Okay, so as of December, they finished they released the game. Okay, so it's been a while since I looked at it. Unfortunately, because the game is intended to be an insanely long drive, you don't really get anywhere for
I won't forgive
like
you.
3 years. So you have the first like game year you spend just figuring out what the house is like. So you pick your character, boy or girl. You get the house gifted to you, and your sibling leaves town and goes out to strike their own fortune somewhere else. No, not 1,000 in-day game. Days in-game. 1,000 in-game years. And it's like about 1 game month per hour. So it's 4 hours per year.
You've been doing really great lately.
Which means you're looking at like 4,000 or 5,000 hours just to clear your final goal. It's a hugely ambitious game design. I mean, insanely ambitious game
I
design.
wanted to say sorry for attacking you when we first met.
Fret not. If nothing else, it made our encounter
But,
that much more
you know,
lively.
you have...
I know, but
You
I've
have
been
farms
meaning to
you can run.
apologize for a while now.
You have,
At this stage, I'd say it's all
dungeons you can explore.
If anything, I consider you
You
a capable
have-
and trustworthy ally.
All
I'm
the
honored
shops
to hear
in the
you say
game
that.
you can
do
obtain
my best to
and
live up to it.
run. So you can run the item shop or the blacksmith or whatever. You also have the ability to travel into the city and do stuff there. Which I haven't done because I haven't unlocked the city yet. Last time I played the game, the city wasn't open yet. But, so it ended up insane, so... Honestly, I don't know how many people will actually finish the game,
Yeah.
because it is so many hours just trying to clear it. It's a mess.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty nail! Firmament render!
Yeah, it's...
Terror squall!
And the visual style is
May 1,000 gales tear you to
better than Stardew Valley, in my opinion.
Firmament render!
But the gameplay is about the same as Stardew Valley or most,
What is this?
Rune Factory type games. I think it's probably closer to Rune Factory, because Stardew Valley is more like a Harvest Moon, and
An opponent like this should be easy.
May 1,000
it's more like a Stardew. It's more like you can see this more like Rune Factory, just over a much longer period of time.
Say no more.
water! Hear my call!
And you have a couple of Rune Factories too
All yours.
that I haven't
Need to be
played.
stronger.
Like I have 4 and 5.
This looks nice and tough.
I haven't played either. So there is that. Yeah, it's better for overall. So yeah. And that's one of those I've been wanting to poke, but because of the insane number of hours it's gonna take to, you know, really get anywhere. I don't know if I really want to do that, considering I can only stream, you know, for 2 days for a couple hours, you know what I mean? Now, if I was one of those full-time streamers, I'd probably dedicate like 3 days a week to it. You know what I mean? The advantage, like, that's the advantage of being a full-time streamer. Is those guys, they don't have to worry about games taking 400 and 500 hours. You know, this game is like, what, 40? They cleared it in a week. You know, they booted up on, like,
Don't get careless.
Friday for their Friday stream, and they cleared the game sometime on Sunday.
I won't forget
forgive
May
you.
1,000 gales tear you to shreds. Order sealed.
Mine.
You know what I mean? And that's what
Permanent surrender.
full-time streamers tend to do. Is they just play a game until it's dead, or they'll play like 2 games or whatever. But they're playing for 40 to 60 hours a week. And if I could do that, I'd probably, I'd be able to, clear many more games than I do. And probably, have a much bigger following. Just because I don't have to worry about, work or whatever.
Arrow squeeze lancer.
I can feel my power growing.
Okay. But yeah, it's
Didn't we come through here earlier?
nope, not yet.
That's... Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know where we are anymore.
When everything around us looks the same, it's easy to get turned around.
I'm not lost. I'm good. Let's go do the other one. Because that is the one that takes us up to the next level. And goes to the key. So, definitely don't want to muck with that. Yeah, that's what I thought. This one doesn't have any thing of interest in it. It's just this one little chest over here. Silk rope.
Looks like some solid.
Yes. That's actually yours. Glad I found it. Because that's useful. So yeah, that's one of those games that I want to do. And I'd love to do Concede, but because the sheer number of hours is insane. Let's see. 9x. Pillars of Eternity. Let's see what else we got here. We've got,
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to
Nexus
fight it.
Jupiter incident. Wow, I haven't thought that game in a long time.
It's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Go back to strategy RPGs? Strategy games? That would be a mess. Speedrun what game?
Sion,
Which
can
one?
you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
There's a lot of games that you can't physically speedrun.
That's my cue.
Shut them down. I'll crush you!
Oh, maybe that's what I got.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Kinsey. Kynseed. That's Kinsey. Yeah, I don't think there is no way you can speedrun that. Oh, I guess you could. Because it's a, Harvest Moon style game. Honestly, if you wanted to speedrun it, all you have to do is go to bed. You just go to bed 50,000 times or 500,000 times, whatever it is. And you can get to your 1,000 years, and it'll probably take you a week. If you're a full-time streamer, it'll probably take you a week or two. But you do absolutely none of the content, but you clear your 1,000 hours.
Step back, this one's all law.
But to, like, do all the achievements or whatever, which is what it's designed to do. Carpal tunnel syndrome waving. Honestly, I would probably say more likely you would, if you're gonna do that, just go to bed routine. The more than likely what you'd do is you just use a macro system.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
This one sounds like a job for you truly.
That's more than likely what you end up doing.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Is you just use macros.
Coming through.
That is not what I said, but okay, I'll take it.
You're mine. I can carve through.
Give me law, please.
We'll soon see about that. Here goes. That's where that came from.
Oh, I got ice. I thought I got the other one. Oh well.
Freaking does it.
May 1,000 here goes.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that, you know, are interesting. Guys do a serious playthrough of Rhapsody. Or go back and play Lunar.
Ignite.
You play the Lunar games too.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds.
Oh no.
Eternal devastation.
Vermin's Ranger never miss.
In a vine.
Will this one go far enough? Healing
Oh well.
May 1,000
Let me see.
I'll crush you.
Most of this is just like what I have on Steam. It doesn't count what I have like on like my PlayStation 3 or 4 or even my older stuff. Because I have a bunch of like PlayStation 1 and 2 games and
I'm pretty
yeah.
lucky.
I do have quite a few like Nintendo and Super Nintendo type games. I have a bunch of stuff from that era too. Some of them are repeated, or I have like newer versions. But yeah, there's a bunch of different ones that I could play. Let's give it a hurry. Okay, that's the next bridge. Unfortunately, I'm thinking there's a total of 4 bridges. See, because that is... Because if you look at the map... Because there's nothing here. There's nothing on this floor. There's nothing on this floor. There's nothing on this floor. Wait. We're done now? Okay, so I think maybe we're done with our floor, with our bridges now? Alright, so maybe we're actually done with the bridges. And we can go up a few flights. Because you've got 2 bridges out of the way. Ah, I tried to get past the 3 guardsmen.
This should be easy.
Let's try to get past them all and... got past the first group, but
I can carve through armor. This one's mine.
man, that's okay. We'll get through it.
May a thousand gales tear you to shreds. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Hear me, flame of permanent breaker.
Hardly yours. Let's bring
Let's see, what else do I have?
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Spaceborne. I think Spaceborne 2. Star Valor. I can just go fart and Star Trek Online. I haven't done that in a while. Let's see. Subnautica. What else do we got running around here? Between the Stars. Between the Stars wasn't that good. Derelict Void was okay. Duskers was fun. What else do I have in here that I have? Ignited Steel was interesting. Ostrats hasn't updated recently. Undermine, that's kind of like a fun little putzer. Hold that thought. The owls are here somewhere. Where's my owl? Wait a minute. I hear it. Hold on, I need my other ear for this. I don't know. Alright, well, let's go ahead and save real quick. I think we're okay. Worst thing that happens is we have to restart from that save point. That's the worst thing that happens. I'm gonna save the super heal for after the fight, if I can.
What is this place?
Look, over there.
Alright.
Looks like there's no backing out now.
There's his pet.
Ah, the old roaring beast welcome, eh? No class.
Look sharp, everyone.
The roaring beast welcome, no class. I like that.
Goron rolling out the red carpet?
Yeah, some hospitality.
Can we all concentrate on fighting this thing? Gusty nail!
Okay, it charges.
Aim for the weak spot. Not today.
May a thousand gales tear you to shreds.
Come on. Oh, good job.
May a thousand gales tear you to shreds.
Astral arch?
Give me that one.
Shut him down.
Gusty nail! It's weakened.
This ends
Tear you to shreds.
Actually, this thing's dying really quick.
Thousand gales tear you to shreds.
As long as we don't,
look sharp.
screw it up, we'll be okay.
Here, let me help. May a thousand gales
Hey! We didn't ask for a replacement!
Okay. That was... I would have, except the fact that...
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty nail! A new leaf on life!
Get out of this!
Change them out.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Not on my watch!
I can carve through armor!
I hit the wrong button.
Not today!
I gotta change targets.
This one's mine!
Captivity!
Arrow ball!
Here we go again! On your knees!
That's it. That's what we want.
May 1,000 gales tear you
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
I can't see.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty
New
nail!
melody! We've got him on the run!
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Well, as long as we have...
I never miss!
Yeah, I was hoping for, but it's okay.
May 1,000 gales tear you to
I
shreds!
think we'll be okay.
Gusty nail! Thanks so much! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Now or never.
Gusty nail!
As long as we can,
Tear you to shreds!
focus on...
Gusty nail!
No further.
just one at a time.
I'll be okay.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
I think we'll be okay.
It's wide open. It won't escape me. One's blood.
Okay, take it out.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Leave the chargers to me. I'm ready.
Alpin,
Okay, that one's gone.
Say no more. That's one of them taken care of.
Should make things easier at least.
Yes, one down, two to go.
Something's happening. They fused together?
May 1,000 gales
Why
tear
did I
you-
just...
Became worse by the looks of it.
Really?
True form?
May 1,000 gales...
Denied.
Thank you.
Elusive radiant.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Armor won't save you. Now or never.
Gusty nail!
Can't get out of this. This should do it.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty nail!
Alright, I need items. Save that.
Burn! Show thy mystic mercy.
That was one of those.
Don't suffer in silence.
You going?
Alright, here we go. I can't use an item yet. Crap.
Leave the charges to me. Swallow them. Far enough.
Gusty nail!
Thank you.
The abyssal deep. Clear for us.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Alright, we're doing okay.
Not in your dreams! Here goes! More where that came from! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
That wasn't bad.
Resonate with the earth. Won't save you.
May 1,000 gales tear you to...
Alright. Give me more orange gels.
Watch this. Not today.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Alright, come on. I mean, thankfully I have a bunch of
May
gels.
1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty nail!
Another incantation ruined.
Here goes! I never miss! May 1,000 gales...
Alright.
Gusty nail! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Being interrupted.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Alright, that's not good.
May 1,000 gales...
I did not get the opportunity to snatch that one. I will snatch that one though.
Hit! More where that came from! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Burn. Glimmer dragon. Heal.
Gusty nail!
Won't save you.
Come on.
May 1,000 gales tear you to
Alright,
shreds!
down to one bar.
Everlasting darkness. Negative gate. Resonate with the
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
I can handle it.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Coming through!
Alright, Mystic Art, that's great.
Scarlet Inferno! Double Demon Fang!
This one's mine! May 1,000
Sweet.
gales
Caught on a weakness and caught the core.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
can't get out of this.
Gusty nail! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty nail! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty nail!
I'm on it! Storm! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Not in your dreams!
Give me that.
Hit!
Why didn't it suck off
1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
the spell?
Gusty nail! Do it! Alvin, ask
It looks like it broke the spell.
No more!
I was not expecting it to throw two bosses. But we were well prepared for it, so that's good.
We did it. Everyone
Not
hanging
too
in
bad.
there?
Just about. Though if we have to waste our energy on many more like that, I don't fancy our chances against Volron. We gotta
No
try
kidding.
to conserve.
that sound again.
You must be worried we'll have a change of heart. He's certainly pulling out all the stops.
Alphen, I know it's hard, but we have to stay focused on moving forward.
I know.
Are you doing okay, Shion?
What else do we have?
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Let's
We
see.
don't know what else Volron's got up his sleeve. Be careful, alright?
I'm not sure what else we have.
I'll go check and see if the coast is clear.
I'll go through it after. Let me see.
What is it?
Oh, it's nothing. Just
I have
wondering
It'll
what that was
Do.
all about.
That's kind of like a
It's
Zelda
just
type game.
You don't think Shion is acting kind of weird around Alphen, do you?
Like standoffish weird? Isn't she always like that?
No, not that.
Just
I mean, since
cause.
we rescued her.
Then I guess. Maybe it's the identical ancestor thing.
Maybe. I guess that could be it.
You sure you're not reading into it? What? What I said?
Master of Orion.
Nothing. Just forget it.
I can never win with you. You know that?
Just kiss her. You'll feel
I wonder
better.
if we're getting any closer to finding Volron.
I sure hope so.
We'll find him. And when we do, there'll be hell to pay.
Alright, so. This way. Oh, I accidentally opened the browser again.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
So, didn't jinx it. Let's go ahead and do the side stories and see what's up.
Have you noticed how Shion...
Seems to be grappling with something all by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
She's been
fine.
acting differently around us ever since we rescued her. The same towards Alphen, too. Now that Alphen's regained his memories and his sense of pain, maybe she's become more self-conscious that she still has her thorns. In which case, it makes sense that she'd be feeling out of sorts. But I can't help but think there's something else, too.
What
I'm
else do
wondering
we
if there's
have?
anything you can do to help her.
Shion said something to me once. Something that helped me move forward. So I'd like to return the favor and do that for her too. The only problem is, even if I did have the chance to talk to her, I don't know what I could say that would help.
Shion's dealing with a lot right now. Maybe more than she can
Let's
handle.
see.
Trying to unravel the threads of her own worries, that's challenge enough itself. Not to mention that trying to wade in blindly
I
would
don't know,
probably
I've got so many games that I could play.
But
I don't know which ones I should play.
For the time being, I think all we can do is be patient
That's the
and
big
keep
trick.
an eye on her. That way, when she's
Is,
finally
you know,
ready to
knowing
let
which
us in,
ones that
we'll be right
would be
there to lend her a
best to
shoulder.
play.
I hope you're right.
Okay. Anything else? No, good. Okay. Save. Alright, so back up. I don't know. I got so many games. It's kind of silly how many games I have. Gold gels, okay. Mega elixirs. Now the mega elixirs, which ones were those? That's the one that heals everybody, right? Yeah, heals full hit points and KO. That's what I thought. And the gold ones, the gold gels, give us our CP back. But I don't know if you really want to use those anytime soon. You know what I mean? Oh look, there's another restore point here. Yeah, they expect you to use one restore point going into that boss fight. And then another one coming out of that boss fight. I wanted to use the R first.
This area is the grandest looking of the lot, and not a single soldier in sight.
I already used them. Actually,
So
problem is, a lot of times I'll get to like the last fight of the game. If you play enough Final Fantasy games, you kind of become wary of the last boss. It's like, where's the last boss? Who's the last boss? How hard's the last boss? Is this the last phase? Do I need to worry about another phase after this? And you end up just hoarding it and hoarding it and hoarding it, and you never use your best items.
I'm nervous.
You just suffer through it by using the
I know
next
what
step
needs to be
down,
done.
if you use an item at all. Just because you don't know when you're gonna need that one in an absolute stupid pinch after some crazy boss move that just wipes out the whole party, or nearly the whole party in one shot, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's not do that. I have one of these. Oh, that was that. I guess that's good. Okay. Sure. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. Let's do a quick save because that was a story element. Not really. Quick that. 20 seconds or whatever. Past this door, the battle with the Lord awaits. Alright, it's time to go. Hold on, get ready first. Let's just go then. I'm saved, so the worst thing that happens is I have to backtrack. I'll go back and go redo my food or whatever. The Lord is so powerful that
We've come for you, Volron.
we need plot armor just to beat him.
Did you really come all this way? Just so I could take you back over his dead body?
Bastard!
He dismissed them?
He
He must not think he needs them to defeat us.
Why have you been coming after me? Isn't it your ambition to become the winner of the crown contest? My ambition, you say? I have no ambitions. Since the beginning, everything was mine to control. Everything, including your life. I'm happy to see you. What the hell's that supposed to mean? A lonely, watery grave is all the burial you shall ever deserve. And yet, it wasn't without regret that I watched you sink beneath those waves. Now, I get to savor carving the life of your body myself. So all this, kidnapping Shield, sacrificing those people, it was all just for your own sick satisfaction? To help pass the time? I would not expect you to understand the tedium that absolute power
Let's see.
I've had it with your mad rambling. I'm here to take you down, Volron.
Oh, that's not gonna work.
Very well. I shall look forward to fashioning my throne from the remains of your existence. Today you will die at my hands, and I shall.
Alright, so now we
battle your
actually have
final
one that
death
we can
with
use
speed.
that's
Well, I
effective.
look forward to disappointing you.
Here's another. More with that.
There we go, that was effective.
No further! He just won't stay still! If you can draw his attention, I'll pin him down. All good now come to an end.
Alright, there we go. Oh, nice effect.
He's open! Let's go! Take this!
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds.
Now,
Gusty nail. This one's mine. I'll heal your shield.
It kind of sucks because, you know, she does the slowest effect.
Not in your dreams.
I'm ready.
Alvin, astral energy.
Say no more.
So it's, yeah, she's got the slowest attack.
What are we planning?
It's too fast.
This looks
stand back. I'll trip it up.
far enough.
That wasn't enough to break it.
1,000 gales. Annihilation. May 1,000 gales
She
tear you to
can't,
shreds.
we can't do this fast enough.
Don't disappoint me by dying. Yes. Eyes on the ground. Here it comes.
Damn it! Don't take your attention off him either.
This guy and his attack.
Here's your healing art. May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds.
The earth throbs in pain.
Take this.
In a vine?
Well, it's gonna be one of those that, I mean, he's not hard.
Divine streak. Where are you going? Not on my watch.
Plasma shock.
Ready to go. One more.
I mean, he's gonna bow down. He's gonna run away. No, actually, it's not bad.
The earth throbs in pain.
It's one of those that he's gonna bail in a minute.
May 1,000.
He's not gonna die here.
Now this is enjoyable.
Based on his isn't his statement. He's the one who was doing all of this to,
Now, are you ready to entertain me? Don't disappoint me.
Alphen. And I would not be surprised if
No further!
Shion really is the one that was with Alph at the beginning. I wouldn't be surprised. And she just had her memories basically wiped. No, Oh, he just broke his sword. He's not done yet.
It's all over. Volron.
No, it's not.
Now put an end to that death procession you're holding outside. Right now! You think this is over? Who do you think you are?
There we go. Boss, phase 2. Nah, looks like he blew up and left. Oh, he's still here. Never mind, he didn't leave.
No, that's... How can this be? If Alpin's the Sovereign, how is it possible that Volron has that crest as well?
He's also a sovereign.
And if Volron's the Sovereign, then what was the point of the crown contest?
After everything we've witnessed, it would seem the whole thing is a ruse.
Oh! I got it. It's just a ruse for him to get more power.
Bow before your sovereign.
How you doing? Ah, here we go.
What the hell are you?
How sweet your ignorance must be.
You resent not being the only sovereign. That's why you're after me, isn't it?
There is that, I'll admit. But your grandest sin was unveiling your strength.
Sin? You use people as playthings. What right have you to speak of sin?
Sin is the power to care only for domination.
We never asked you to rule. No one did.
What do I care if your wants? You are but a mote of dust in the light.
Alpin!
I'm through taking orders from tyrants.
Vanquish darkness! I'll fix you up!
Unleash lightning.
It's too... Her spells are too long. I mean, it puts me in a position that I can... I mean, I can use her as a method of, just going nuts trying to beat a couple of games. We're getting towards the end of this one. This isn't the last fight, I'm sure. There's like one more after this. This one more boss fight after this guy, I'm pretty sure. But we're still working on this. And we did play White Knight Chronicles about as far as I think I can play it without without like having like insane amount of grinding. So we were discussing, you know, what's next. You know, what do we go? What game do we play next?
The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that.
Thank you.
Commander of Heaven.
Oh no, it's been good.
Kneel before your sovereign.
Oh, that was fun. So the sovereign's down to half.
He's about to attack. We need to stop him.
I am true sovereign. All others shall be banished.
Could this be the true power of a sovereign?
What is this?
So, hey guys, how have you been? Sorry to get a little distracted. This fight's a bit of a past.
Yeah, and the power to me. Eat dirt.
Azure Storm!
I'm beginning to think I might need to use an elixir.
Where are you going?
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think so, actually.
I'll be the ruler of all things.
We're actually doing better than I thought we were going to be doing in this fight. To be honest.
Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Close one. Searing flame.
Perfect dodge.
Before your
None shall
sovereign.
escape my judgment.
Double demon fang. It's time. Your life will end here. Get out of this.
Alright, he's almost dead. That's it, he's down. Okay, that kills that part of his story. Next story element, and he's probably going to still be way above our heads. This guy's just toying with us. He's also been absorbing energy for 300 years. I'm assuming. There we go. Here comes the boys. Having their ego contest. But yeah, overall it's been pretty good. Been doing, really well at this game, clearing this game. So it's been good. Me and the boys having a friendly conversation, be like, yeah, no kidding.
Come on now. What do you think you can do?
This guy's still standing?
Victory. The throne. Everything rightfully belongs to me. I have taken the powers. Who rules over and crushes those who fall at his feet. You are next.
Ooh! That is like the first and only time he's ever dual wielded. I was not expecting, Volron to die that easy. It really wasn't. I expected him to blow off and come back again.
I think so.
That's crazy. So it can't be over. It can't be that easy and be done.
There. We finally collected all of the Master Cores. So what do we do now?
It is said that bringing all the Master Cores together in one place should
Except
form
you're
the Renaissance.
missing one.
So, now we put Xian's with the rest.
With that, we can finally free her.
For
of
the
the
moment,
thorn.
yeah, it is. The problem is that there's one core missing. I mean, Xian's got the fire core. But there's also the darkness. You know, you figure there should be a darkness core. And there should... I figure that should be 6 cores.
What's going on? Are we missing something?
We can't be. So why isn't it?
Alphen! Behind you!
There's the darkness core. There's the maiden mark.
Xion, are you the maiden?
What is this? Why is this happening?
What the? The Master Cores!
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be one more boss. Had to be. She was too inconspicuous, lads. Yes, that's...
Master Core?
Of course.
The Renis Alma. It's here.
What's going on? The Renis Alma's only supposed to consist of the 5 Ganon elements.
No.
What do you think you're doing?
You can't damage her, not yet. I think somebody played too many Final Fantasy games when they were growing up when they wrote this one.
She disappeared?
What in the world just happened?
Is it over? No. It's only just begun.
The mess! Since I've never played this game with 2, I don't know where it ends. I assume we have to beat the darkness chick to clear the game. That's the kind of thing they pull in like an MMO, like you get to that point and then you just find out that's just chapter 1, now for chapter 16. 16 chapters to go. The being a single player offline game, I doubt that's gonna be the case. Look at that beast of a dragon. That looks pretty. There's a little starship we haven't found yet. Because we have to find ourselves a starship, we have to fly over to the other planet. And we have to go beat Dark Chick. That's the kind of stuff that, you know, should be next. But I don't know, what's this? This is like a, hey, it's an ending credit scene. Good luck next time. I have no clue.
A month has passed. For the time being, we decided to stay put in Ganeth Harros. Even with their lord toppled, we had a long way to go before the people of Pelegion would be liberated in their hearts and minds. Lenegis hung ominously over our heads, and we knew we'd need to deal with it sooner or later. We still had so many questions. The two sovereigns, the Red Woman and the Renaissance, the present and the past of 300 years ago. Not to mention what happened to Volron's body after his defeat. Still, we were determined to keep fighting. I had my hands full taking care of everything. But in some ways, I was kind of grateful to be so busy.
No clue. As I said, I have no clue. He's drifting off mentally.
Are you all right? You looked like you were spacing out there.
Oh, he was gone.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. You need something?
It's about that citizen's petition. I was coming to talk to you about it.
If I'm being honest, I think the problems of this realm's Danans hit close to home for me.
So I don't even know what we're doing at this point.
You saw how things were in Menancia. We might have put way too much faith in Dohalim, but at least we could still think independently.
I don't even
People of this realm
know
weren't even
what's
afforded
next.
that much basic dignity.
I don't know what kind of future the people here are going to
But
ultimately
yes,
choose.
it's been
But
very
whatever it is they
anticlimactic at
decide,
this point.
I want to help do my part so they can make that decision of their own free will.
It's like they want to end the
Like
game, but they don't want to
Southern
end the game all at the same
Menancia
time.
chose to remain committed to coexistence? It'd be nice if this was a step towards that dream.
That's another issue altogether. At the very least, I want to believe all our hard work will pay off.
I'm not
in the
exactly
end.
sure.
Yeah. I guess we can only focus on what we can do right now and take it from there.
I'm going to go on ahead. Would you mind talking to Shion for me?
So at this point, I have no clue what's next.
Once you're ready, we'll meet up at the castle entrance like usual. We can talk more there.
Right. Got it.
Alright, so now we've unlocked the Sovereign. Thanks. And we've unlocked Kisara's Idealist. So where's the Sovereign at? Here's the Sovereign mark. So we definitely want to unlock this one if we can. That's a big attack boost. And her Idealist gives her what? Elemental attack? Do that, do that, do that. And then we'll finish off her Idealist. Alright, so we are now...
Been out in the observatory a lot lately. Let's see if she's up there.
Alright, so we're down to... We don't know. We don't know what's next. We don't know where we're going. So we have this lovely anticlimactic scene. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a very pretty movie, but it's the kind of thing that you would see normally, like, as an intro movie or an outro movie. Not something you would see, like, after, like, a boss that wasn't the end boss. Which makes me wonder if this was originally supposed to be like 2 games and they just smushed together. For some silly reason. I'm avoiding her. I'll go deal with that in a second. Let's see what we have down here that's... And what makes that... It's not like it's confusing or anything, but it is... I will say it this way, it is very disappointing. For all the build-up that we've gone through, and then, like, out of the blue, there's a comment about, you know, Lenegus being another planet. In the beginning, it was like, it was another continent. And then all of a sudden it became another planet, out of the blue, like, and nobody even blinked an eye at it. There's a skit where, Dohalim comments about it being another planet.
Sounds like it. Kisara wants us all to meet at the castle entrance.
And then you find an ancient ship from Lenegas.
Taking in the view again?
Yeah. Looking at the scenery helps take my mind
There's
off
a
things.
tone shift in the storytelling.
Like what?
It's kind of weird.
Whether I really am a descendant of Naori. Those kinds of things.
So, are you mad at me?
For what?
That this might actually be
destroyed
Naori.
the Renaissance. Right as you were about to get rid of your thorns forever.
Why did you destroy it?
When I saw it appear in front of me, it reminded me of what happened back on Lenegus. And the rest was... It was all just a blur. I'm sorry.
See, because in the video, it didn't look like he destroyed it.
Besides, we don't know that the Renis Alma actually was destroyed. For all we know, it might have disappeared with that red woman.
If so, then why are you...
It's okay. You brought me back. You got me away from Volron. That's enough for now.
Still don't understand her problem.
Let's get going. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
If she's going through some stuff and she's not saying what.
Kisara said she wanted everyone to meet at the castle entrance.
Let's just do their little side scare.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But if you come any closer, you'll only end up getting hurt.
Because of
He
your
doesn't
thorns, you mean?
care.
Trust me, I've endured...
No, that's not it. You don't understand. Never mind. Sorry, just forget I said anything,
Just
okay?
say
If it
your
isn't
problem.
thorns, does that mean there's something else?
It's just... It's nothing, really, okay? So you can stop asking me.
Oh, it's something.
Okay.
I bet she remembers being
In that
Naori and
case,
she just doesn't want to admit it.
I'll see you up ahead, okay?
I bet that's all it is. I will almost guarantee that's probably what the problem is that she actually remembers that she is Naori. And she just doesn't want to tell him. Because she regrets what she did as Naori, which hurt her to begin with. Because she's the one who put him into the prison and whatnot. I'd be surprised if that's the actual problem. But I don't know. We have this big castle. No reason to be here. Other than story, whatever. story break in this kind of reminds me of like what they did in White Knight Chronicles between the two games. There really wasn't a, you know, a reason in this game to have that kind of a break. At least in other games that have that kind of a break, it's because it was like two games that were mushed together. Or, you know, it was like main game ended and you jumped into a DLC or something. And this one is just kind of whatever.
Guess I misread the landing.
It's kind of weird. Actually. Skill panel. There's her, oh, that's Goddess of Kindness. I guess? Yeah, that's her maiden mark. Bottomless stomach? Okay. Yeah, that's her maiden mark. So we'll go ahead and grab some stuff in there. And then we'll go outside and say hi to everybody. Because, you know, it's a thing. Oh, look, it's a person. See, this kingdom's a mess. This game would take literally probably a couple of generations to straighten out. It's not something you'd straighten out in months, weeks, or even years. It would take generations to straighten out this kingdom. Some of the others, though, they'd straighten out pretty quickly. Yeah, they could straighten out within, you know, probably, you know, 5 to 10 years. Because figure Clagula would straighten out on most of them. Clagula and, Sinesta.
Yes, you two.
Those two would straighten out within a few years.
We better get a move on
With
or
proper
else we'll never
leadership.
hear the end of it from Kisara.
Right you are. A month has passed since we vanquished Volron. I would have thought that the Renans on Lenegis would have made their move by now. Yet they still remain as silent as ever. We have no idea what happened to Volron's body, nor its whereabouts. The Red Woman also has yet to reappear, for that matter. And contrary to what I had heard, when the Renis Alma formed, not 5, but 6 elements were present, with darkness constituting the 6th and final Master Core. Were either of you aware of this?
You mean about the Renis Alma? Of course not.
Nope, suspected it though.
Same. I had no idea a Darkness Master Core even existed.
What about Shion's maiden powers?
No. That was the first I learned about that, too. Or anything about having that power.
Me too. I remember thinking the same thing.
What could it all mean, I wonder? There are so many questions with too few answers, particularly when it comes to that Red Woman and her abilities.
Were it any other ability that used astral energy, I'd say it was an astral art. But hers was different.
Speaking of astral energy,
Yeah,
we
pure
also
energy.
mustn't forget that while the other Master Cores disappeared when forming the Renis Alma, for some reason the Fire Master Core remained. It may well have been the work of your maidenly powers. Alphen, are you still able to wield the Blazing Sword as before?
For now, at least.
Yeah.
That Renis Alma sucked most of the energy out of the Fire Master Core, but it still has enough for me to use the sword.
And
Peace
the
for the
sword
while.
is safe inside of me for the time being.
Summer Fielding.
Good. At least that's one thing we needn't concern ourselves over.
Nargi?
You can say that again. We have more than enough to deal with as it is. Let's go.
What is
Hey, hurry up.
Nargi? How are you?
I heard we are all to meet at the castle entrance.
Alright, so... Energy. Ah, cool. Alright, let me... You know what, I think I'll just go through and we'll pick everybody up and... pick everybody up on the way out the door, and then we'll worry about everyone's skill sets. I hope I don't have to go find everybody else. I hope they're just out here. Because that would just be annoying if I have to go dig them up. Yeah, 03.
This is Ganya, who has a problem he needs help with. I
Sure.
was just about to ask him what that problem is.
I was making light of it. Very good.
All right then. Well, tell us
Always a
what's on your
pleasure.
mind, Ganya.
We don't
I'm
know.
hungry.
Okay, have some food.
You're hungry. Where
We
are your
have food.
rations? Did you not get yours?
We have food.
I
You
do.
have food.
Are they not enough?
No, I have enough.
Okay, so what's the problem?
Then what's the problem?
I said this game.
Alphen, you have to remember, these people aren't used to responding so quickly. Be slow and gentle with him.
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry about that. So you have your rations, and it's enough food. There's still something wrong with them. What is it exactly?
I don't know.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got that part.
Do your rations taste bad?
I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, jeez.
I haven't eaten them, so I don't know how they taste.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, if you're not eating them, then what are you doing with them?
Sitting on a shelf.
Bringing them into the castle.
What? Why? Wait, back up. Are others doing this? Who told you to bring your rations in?
That's funny.
Everyone in my group is doing it. I don't know who told us to do it. They only said to bring the rations into the castle.
I'm guessing none of us told them to do it, or else we'd know, right?
I hope so.
I was afraid that something like this might happen. The people in this capital are slowly regaining their own wills, but not everybody is getting them back at the same rate.
Are you saying someone who got their will back sooner might be taking rations from other people? If so,
Always possible.
that's a serious problem.
Definitely. This is something we can't ignore. We need to investigate the castle.
Okay. Everyone's back in the party. So how have you been?
Seems like the people here still tend to blindly follow any orders they're given.
It's a reflex that was quite literally beaten into them. Undoing it will take some time.
And we have
I know it's not their fault they're like that.
an anticlimactic
Irritating to deal with.
midway ending. I don't know where we are. We're just in some weird spot in this game. It's kind of... I don't know.
Hey, remind me, just what exactly are we all doing here?
What do you mean? We're helping
I mean, it's
people,
a
aren't we?
mess. This game's a
Could have
mess.
fooled me.
We love
Lately,
it.
it feels like everything we're doing ends up half-baked. We liberated the people of Pelagian, but their hearts and minds are no less under the yoke than the day we found them. As for Volron's cronies, we have no idea where they scampered off to.
You think I don't already know all that? We're doing everything
So,
we can. aren't
anyway,
we didn't choose to get stuck here.
it's definitely
Sometimes
been
you
an
have to
interesting
play the hand
week.
you're dealt. Besides, you've seen all the same things I have. You know as
I
well
don't
as I do that deposing the Lord
So,
alone
we're getting
won't
close to the
solve
end of
all the
this
world's
game.
problems.
Rinwell's right. You've gotten this
I've
far,
pretty much
haven't you?
decided I'm probably
can't just
not
leave
going to
things
continue
unfinished
White Knight
now.
Chronicles because
I
the
guess.
level of
I didn't
grind's
think
gonna
we'd
be
singing around the campfire as soon as the wall came down,
obnoxious.
but still.
So,
The fight isn't over just yet.
I'm still trying to figure out what we're
At
gonna
least
do
not while Lengus
next.
remains a threat.
You know, what's our next game?
I'm just sick of all this waiting.
And any
If they're gonna
suggestions
invade, why don't they get a move on already?
will be helpful.
That.
It'll help me decide at least
We
which
got
direction to go,
enough
even if I don't
evidence
have the
without you
games.
tempting fate?
So, okay, get rid of the stories.
Spot something?
Oh,
No.
no. Just wondering if I could see any
Oh,
armored guards.
Armored guards.
I swear this game is so
The
predictable.
moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too.
I
For
swear.
better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's Danans. Without them, making Pelegion half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to Lenegis, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
This game's
The people
been
here
so
in
kind of
Pelegion
weird.
are nowhere near ready to defend
It's-
themselves.
It's been
Great.
like pseudo
Another headache to worry
MMO-ish,
about.
pseudo not MMO-ish, and
Is it just me, or
It's just
was
kinda
today's
weird.
dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me. We all need
Oh,
salt
here we
in
go.
order to survive.
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah. I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find
That's
rocks
salt.
out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use.
yeah,
At the
it's
time,
just
we
it's
used it because
challenge.
it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up
it's
collecting more
weird.
than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add
I'm
any
serious
more
about
to the burden.
food. Any more? Any more? Okay, I think we're good. So let's take a look at our skill panel real quick. So he's pretty much decked out. She's pretty much decked out. He's got some points. What's he have over here? Let's see. This one is elemental attack. This one is defense. Actually, I think we might be able to... No, not quite enough to do that. So we'll hold off on that. What's she got? Faster magic charge. Yes, please. Oh my goodness, definitely need that. We care about mid-air right now. Increase down damage. Holy Lance. Oh, we could do Holy Lance. Allows you to move while casting. Reduce cast time during combos, please. I think reduce her cast time. We kind of need that with her. Because that's her biggest problem, is she takes so long to cast. Let's see what we have here. Anything good? Yeah, it gives defense up. Alright, this is some defense there. Resistance. How about attack? Yeah, there we go. I guess there's some attack power. She has no points, I've already used them. Alright, so back into the castle of nowhere. Jeez. So now at this point I feel like I'm playing an MMO. Because we finished the quote unquote first, we would really like the first story in the MMO. And now we're on to the second story of the MMO. And it's like, really? I have no clue. I really don't know how much more of this game there is. Might be interesting to look it up though. Just so I can have a better idea how much farther we have. Is currently finishing what we finished we are how many hours in? So we are 30 hours in. Which is about where most games end. And most games usually end around 30 hours. Where am I going? Can I have a star point? Can I have... There it is. Alright. So that's not that far in.
Are we really gonna search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you
This castle sucks.
got a point.
I don't want to live
It's
here.
not going to take forever, Law. I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do.
I don't know who'd want to live in this castle. It's big, it's fancy, it's got a whole lot of rooms that do absolutely nothing. I mean, really, this castle has so many rooms in it that are completely meaningless. They have no value. They're just there because the guy wanted big, pretty rooms. Yeah, not because he actually wanted something.
Very
functional.
well.
You're clear, you can leave.
Well,
No, somehow I'm both surprised and not surprised to see them here. So you guys are voting the rations. What are you doing? Get back to your position. Excuse me? I only say it one more time. Get back to your position. What's this guy's deal? Any slaves who disobey order. Oh, this guy thinks he's still in charge. You're done.
What the hell? Do you guys not realize who we are?
Doesn't seem that way. You must think we're just damning from the town.
Whatever's going on, these are Volron soldiers. Watch yourself.
They're done. I know what's wrong. I'm on the wrong character again.
Hope this works. Where are you going? This ends now.
I gotta redo my character setups. Okay, so after this I need to fix my character setup so I have the right... so it wasn't a Dan stockpiling rations, it was some boiled soda typing out. I'm sure we'll be relieved. Okay. What are you guys trying to accomplish? So we got something weird about this. Are you all aware of Orin is no longer around?
You don't say.
They sort of seem to think only of orders that were given to them. Their minds is completely blank. That would make sense. This got blanked in everybody's minds, including all the soldiers. That guy, I did feel the soldiers we fought here were mindless. If that's true, then they've been hiding out here. They've just been going about their business as usual. I guess so. Everyone here was an enslaved, both Dans and Renans alike. That's the kind of realm he's running. But that doesn't explain why all hell didn't break loose. It's because they don't have any will. A month passed since the Vaughn vanished. It's entirely possible things may be starting to crumble. Not necessarily. It might just be that they're just following the last orders they were given, or just using their standing orders. Let's see here. Business as usual. For a reason, you can't just let these guys keep walking around. We should bring them into the barracks in the beginning. Okay. Okay. Listen to me carefully, men. I am Lord Dolihim Karas. I order you. Yeah, see? They're waiting for those trigger words. This realm is no longer really here, therefore, in accordance with Grand law, you all must pledge allegiance to me. Expect us to serve you now, my lord? Yes. If you respect the Renan rule of law, then yes, that is precisely correct. Of course, we shall follow your orders.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
So
they're
then,
following orders, which they're brainwashed to do. That should suffice for the time being. Let's bring these men to the barracks and then speak.
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy, not me personally.
Well, either way, solve the problem, and that's what counts.
Yeah, pretty much anybody who had the right words would have placated the problem. So yeah, I don't know how much more of this game there is. I mean, normally I'd say there's about another 10-15 hours, but considering the stunt they pulled after that last boss battle, I don't know. I really don't know. I wish it did. That way I would be able to temper my expectations. I can't jump down. Apparently not. Oh well. Well, walk in, walk out, walk in, walk out. Imagine doing this every day in this huge castle.
I sure wish we could go on vacation.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt for us to unwind a little for once.
This castle's huge. Absolutely huge.
Though.
So it's an interesting problem. Alright, so at some point we'll actually get to Lennigus. These people will decide to get off their butts and actually go finish the next part of the quest, which will require us finding a ship to Lennigus. Because otherwise they would toil away their lives here and we'd be like, ugh. No, please, let it end, let it end.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Ganeth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danans, too.
Oh yeah.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
Yeah, I don't know whether they're trying to bring
what's going to happen to the
people.
Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us.
Okay, here we go.
They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died.
Oh no,
Parents,
here's the Kraken.
our children, our friends.
This guy's got a
They all
crack.
died. They were
Oh, no.
murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die. Every last one of them!
Now he's got a brain? A
I...
few minutes ago he was like completely
I used to be a
complacent.
slave, and I hated the Renans just like you.
It's kind of weird.
I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by
It's an
hate to stop
interesting
before
game.
it was too late.
The storyline is interesting. The skits and the side stories
I
are
fought
really
plenty
good.
of people who are all too happy
It's
to
just
make others
kind
suffer.
of...
Believe me.
It's overly realistic.
But after a while, I came to realize
That's
that it's
really
not
what it
the
is. It's
Renans
really
who are
overly
true
realistic.
enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Danans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of
Here we
all
go.
evils
Somebody's got a
committed
brain.
is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen.
It's a
Seems
mess.
like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for
Sometimes
everyone else's
a
mistakes.
little over dramatic. And it's a, well,
But all
actually,
that does is add
in
more
this
hate
game's
in a world
case,
that's
it's not
already
that it's
full of it.
really a JRPG
I
thing.
want to help create a society where people can finally
This
stop
game-
suffering and move beyond their pain.
The
But if we
developers
try to do that with more violence, then we'll just
went
end up right back where we started in the first place.
very real.
All right.
Our party is a
Have it
party
your
of
way. I
six.
can't argue with the folks
All
that
six
helped
of
us
our
get back
characters
ability to think
are
and speak
broken.
freely again.
No one's like the Superman
Is that to
hero
say you
type.
trust us then?
You
I
know,
don't trust the
no
Renans
one's-
as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
You know, so because of that,
We won't let you down, Ganya.
we have stories like this that's really interesting. Not really that
What's the matter,
important
Kisara? Is
for like
something
a
wrong?
bigger arc,
Oh no,
but it
nothing.
makes it makes you
fine,
feel like
really.
you're really
I'm just a
here
bit worried
dealing
about
with
what'll
this,
happen to all these folks.
like it's
Right.
more
It'll take
in
time
our
before they
world.
start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part
Yeah,
of it.
it's a very real game. We were
However,
discussing that, I think,
what I'm
last
even
week,
more
week
worried
before.
about is what will happen to them
What
after
did we do?
that. What do you think they're going to want once
we
they
were
realize
just discussing
how
that.
cruel Volron was
Yeah,
to them?
exactly how real this
Probably
game treats
revenge.
people.
What happened to Ganeth Haros is the worst form of oppression we've seen. But treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegis aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dana.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the lords might just lead to more violence?
And
That's
so,
the
yeah.
last thing I want to
So,
see happen.
Oh no, they're not. They don't have
If we
flaws.
don't do something
They're
to prevent it all from
broken.
starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us.
I mean,
to
they're
regret.
all
There's
completely
still a lot we
broken
don't
in
know
some
about
way.
the Lenin rulers. Whatever the
I mean,
face of truth
at this
behind
point in
their
the
veil,
story,
it's
they're
on us
they're
to put a
healing.
stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it,
But all six
our
of them
motives can't be
are
getting
like
back to the
mentally or
Renans.
emotionally
It'll
broken
all
at
be
one
for
point
nothing.
in time during the
So,
story,
what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should
which
just
gives them
act
like
as
a
if
very
nothing
real
happened?
feel.
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured
So
up
it's
until now.
it
Not so
makes this
easily,
game
at least.
kind of unique.
But we
Because
have to at
I've
least
played a
try
couple
and stay
Tales
course.
games. You know,
We
Tales
can't
of.
just keep allowing history to repeat itself
And
like this.
This is the first one I found that was
Look, I
very
won't deny that between
down
the
to
crown
earth,
contest
very
and
realistic.
300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Danans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry
But
the
most
burden
of
on our
them
own.
are a
We'll
little more
keep doing our
traditional,
part
like
in the interim, but we need
either
to take
more
this
traditional
one battle at a
JRPGs or
time.
more traditional CRPGs. Okay, there's Kisara's heartfelt shield. Anybody else? Anybody else? Alright. Let's just slowly pick up all the little
Glad
side
that work's
things.
taken care of.
I don't think we're done just yet.
No,
I want you
there's
all
lots
to
of
stick
problems.
around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it,
So,
thinking for yourself can be a heavy
I'll go through this in a
responsibility.
second once I finish talking.
It's not like your mind will.
And I'll kind of go through everybody's everybody's broken.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others.
So you can see exactly how broken everybody is. They're all broken. Alright, so let's go to the use the equipment screen for this. So, Alphen. Alphen is the primary protagonist male. He is 300 years old. He started out with no memory of his past, and as you go through the game, you eventually break off his helmet, which allows him to remember more of his past each time he breaks. And in the end, we find out that he's 300 years old, and he was cursed by, I guess you could call it his girlfriend, from 300 years ago, to wear the mask until he was freed of it. So he has the guilt of blowing up a city from 300 years ago. He has the guilt of being a slave. He has the guilt of overthrowing all of the lords, and feels responsible for having to free everybody. And now he feels responsible that he should be the one trying to make their lives better and whole, because he was the one who did the act. He's also a Danon, so he was in the slave race. Shion is a Renin. She has the fire core. She's broken because we don't know if she was Alphen's girlfriend, so to speak, from 300 years ago or not. We're still fuzzy on that one. She might be. She might not be. We're not sure. We do know she's the maiden, so she is his other half from the explosion 300 years ago. Even if she's not the same person, she's the symbolic part of that mess. She can't touch anybody because if you touch her, she has these dark magic thorns that are a self-defense mechanism. So she's extremely self-conscious about that. And she's more broken now than she was before, because now we think she might remember more of who she really is, and she just doesn't want to say anything to anybody. Dohalim is the old Earth Lord, and he's broken because of an incident that happened when he was a kid that actually made him become the Lord, where he killed a very good friend of his. And rather than dealing with that, he decided he did not want to deal with the crown contest to crown the new ruler of the Renins. And he decided that Renins and Danons should be as equal as possible. So he created a caste society so that he wouldn't have to deal with his own guilt, just to find out that his top advisor was torturing and killing the Danons the whole time. This is Rinwell. She is our magic-using Danon. She's busted because the Wind Lord killed her whole family. And she was, for a long time, super prejudiced against every Renin. And she's only just started to heal in the last few chapters, but she's just a mess. Because she feels the guilt of being the survivor. She feels guilty because she couldn't do anything to save anybody else. She feels guilty because she couldn't actually convict her revenge. I mean, she's got a lot of crap going on. This is Law. Law is a Danon as well. His dad started the revolt in the beginning of the game, which got Alphen going. And he abandoned his father because he felt that his father was wrong in some way. Goes to a different kingdom. His dad comes into the kingdom to try and save him and bring him home. And he throws his dad under the bus, which eventually gets his dad killed. Which you can see all the regret there hanging out. And he's been fighting to regain that part of himself since. And then we have Kisara. She is probably the least broken and most broken all at the same time. She was Dol-Halim's right-hand Danon. She led the Danon Guard in his kingdom of equality, and she also had to fight against her brother, who she also loved, by the way, because he was the head of the resistance to bring down Dol-Halim, and she was the head of Dol-Halim's private guard to keep law and order. So she's completely conflicted, but she's probably what you would consider the least broken. But yeah, everybody's broken in some way. I also have everybody in their, what is it now? There we go. Yeah, everybody's in their, bathing suits. Because I find it more entertaining that way. Alright, so let's see here. Where are we going? So it's kind of like a brief rundown of who, what, when, where, why. So there is... We need to go down a floor. Alright, so it's over here. So like I said, all the characters are busted in some way. It's more than just basic flaws. There's, you know, it's more than just basic flaws. It's more complicated than that. But they're all very real characters. Unlike most games that everybody is extremely shallow except for like the main one or two characters. They're like fleshed out. Everybody else is, you know, full of hoopla. There she is. Alright, take the side glasses.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Okay. Actually, we do need to go to the forest. We haven't been there in ages.
Oh?
Oh no.
What?
Oh, this is the recipe guy. He likes us to cook for him. What does he want us to cook this time? It's a forbidden recipe?
What?
Wait a minute, what's this now? Locking it away for years. I have fanciest idea. That's why we must make it and find out. So, gather me the ingredients once more. White, soft, and fluffy. Stimulating powder. Neither wine nor hair made.
Yes.
Also, something white, soft, and fluffy. What does that mean twice? My guess is that one of the simply refers to rice.
Nice.
Maybe a recipe calling for double the normal amount of rice? I don't think they'd write it like that if that were the case. I'm pretty sure all these ingredients can be found in Ganahoras. So I can continue to fetch them. Okay, so the answer is rice, pepper, rapig meat, and tofu. All of which I have. I see rice, spices, meat, and what's that fluffy thing? Tofu. Apparently you make it by taking liquid from soybeans and solidifying it.
Very nice.
Yes. I know, I'm curious. Okay. Okay, so that was a really quick recipe.
Just a minute.
I'll decide how much. Oh, jeez. Let somebody cook it so we can be done with it.
Great.
Oh no, here we go. Alright.
What?
I don't know. Oh no. Exciting, filling, liberating, absolutely exquisite. Okay, so he's happy with this recipe. Great, glad you like it. Let's go ahead, you're eating, delicious. Everybody likes the food, yay, okay.
Hey.
You're embarrassing yourself.
How?
Embarrassing indeed. What the hell get these people? These people are all nuts. They're all nuts. I don't see why it would be a forbidden recipe. I mean, I really don't.
Very nice.
I mean, it's rice, meat.
Alpin, Shion's stuffing bread with marble curry.
Oh, that sounds good.
Every day.
Jeez, Shion, you're hooked on that stuff.
That actually sounds pretty good.
I hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
Hopefully it's nothing that'll be too hard
Bread
to deal with.
stuffed with curry? That sounds good.
Wow.
Alright. Crack, roar, splash, splash, howl, splash. Okay. Alright. Fine, whatever. Take up the little mission. It's just Zoogles.
Huh?
Zoogles are easy to beat out. I actually don't care. But it's fine. When you go down? Yeah, when you go down. Down a level. Alright, let's see here.
Where are you going?
Yay!
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
We still don't know.
That's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganeth Harrows.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shion?
Something she needs to say.
You're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly
She
don't know
needs to
what
say
I said
whatever
to
the
upset
problem
you
is.
so much.
Because we
I
don't
really
know.
wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
She needs to talk about it because
That's what she
it's
wants.
the next
Won't push
main
any
story
further.
element.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself.
This is where it's good and bad. Because it's good because these characters are very realistic. But it's kind of bad because it takes the story a
Looks like
long
we get to
time
sleep with a roof over our heads.
to get wherever it's going. So it's not really a lose-lose, but it's an annoying. That it definitely is. It's definitely in the annoying category. Because I want the accessory fighter. so we can't make any of these quote-unquote supreme weapons. Because you don't have the items for them. Look at that shield. That's like crazy. That's crazy shield. Alright, so when are we actually able to make those? Yeah. Don't know how long that's gonna take. Alright, so we do have 2 more little missions over here.
I think someone's calling out for us.
They could have something
Pick
to
this
do
up
for
real
us.
quick. Ta-da! I don't know, what do you want? What's Hoodle doing?
Well...
Yeah, those little team. Okay, more Zoogles.
Huh?
Got it, we'll deal with it.
Got it.
She wants a pet Zoogle. Whatever. It's kind of weird, but okay, whatever. Just wants just to beat some Zoogles. Not a big deal.
Are you stuck on that too?
No, really. I kind of see where they're coming from.
Are you okay with anything as long as it's round and flies?
Probably. Probably. A little too much owl on the brain.
Oh, hey.
Seriously?
Terrible opening. What's up? What is it? What kind of we have here?
Huh?
It's a specific. Okay. I don't have any materials. What do you want? Oh god, I probably have it.
That's just...
I guess...
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So another screwball quest.
Not in the castle, not in town. Where did he go?
No idea.
Okay, so I guess that's... Alright. So over here we have more people who are being weird. What happened to him? He's no longer lived with us. He always looked like he was struggling. Okay. Does he have any living relatives? Oh, jeez.
Alright. To inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
That's why we need to have cards. Okay, so where is she at? Wow, she's upstairs. Stupid fetch quest! Looky, Ma, I got fetch quests! These are so annoying. Why? No one knows. No one knows. Fetch quests are silly. They're just silly little stories.
Sorry.
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay. Okay, so they're kind of weird.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know
So
that,
weird.
but
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There are Zoogles roaming around out there.
Look,
We should follow after
Zoogles!
her.
Let's go kill some Zoogles for no reason at all. Why? Because we need to progress the story in a silly way. Like it's level 1 content. Ugh. I swear. Alright, I gotta know. many hours. So according to a quick Google, the base game shouldn't be more than about 40 hours. And of course, we added all the side content, extended content, and so on. It's probably double that. And I would say probably 20 hours of that extended content is probably just the arena, which we haven't even touched.
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zoogles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Judging
Zoogles.
by the stench, I'd say
Zoogles.
the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
We have Zoogles. Did I mention we have Zoogles? I know we at least have one stray element for Dovaline.
Better rest easy and prepare.
So, where's the experience booster? Experience booster. Boost reduces the effect, but makes it last longer. Nah. I'm not very concerned. And everybody wants to talk to me, so let's do
Care if I hang out
Dovaline.
for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
I
How
swear.
much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Yeah, we know that.
Adria made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that,
These people are all
she wasn't
nuts.
quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almadria? A victim?
Of course,
To a
why not?
Renan, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renans who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right?
These guys are all
You've
nuts.
always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renan would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renans, too.
Alright, here
Which
you
is
go.
why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danans such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine.
Okay.
We'd best get ready for tomorrow.
So you have all these lovely people who just have all kinds of stuff going on.
Once we finish eating, we should get going.
I think I'm gonna catch up on everybody's story. Because,
What should I fix today?
actually, we're not gonna
Wasabi.
cook
Right.
anything.
Ice cream!
Meat! Caviar!
You guys aren't helping.
Alright. I have plenty to make the sandwiches.
Whoa!
Yeah, okay, so
Guess I'm off to bed.
I only have one stray element I could throw out there. So it looks like
What
those
joy to be sated.
story
May I
elements
know this satisfaction evermore.
is going to contribute to probably endings. That's often how the Tales games work. Is they have different endings based on your characters. Oh. does this work? Artifacts is... one of those things. That sounds like it'd be brutal. Right. Uh-huh. Okay. So we've got, like, you can see where we're at on our, different areas. So 31 hours combat time. 4 hours. 4 hours of our gameplay is in combat. That's not bad. That's actually quite a bit. Most of this time is just listening to story elements, believe it or not. It really is. Max hit counter 155. Wow. Let's see now. Newly opened chests. Skits triggered. So we've only triggered 172 of the total 320 skits. Wonder how many of those I've missed and can't go back and get. Okay. I wonder if we got Rinwell's half items found. Yeah. Only a few camp points left. Can't tell you how many zones are left. We're missing 8 owls. And that was one of the castles we haven't found yet. Okay. Poor lady. This is the lady who buried her son.
Yes.
What?
Ah, burn. Sweet. Fine, why not? Not really caring. Just burn the stupid dude. Okay. People, get your butts together. Just burn the body.
Not.
I'm sorry.
Y'all get your shit together and burn the body.
Whew.
Don't worry about it. They're just sorting out their differences. Burn the poor lady's son.
Right.
Thank you.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right?
Yes, they stopped
However you
fighting for more
managed
than 30
it.
seconds.
You knocked some sense into Rinwell and Dohalim, and that mother.
Yeah. I can see my decision to travel with you was well made.
It's fun. Okay. So, I think we're gonna break here because it's almost 11 o'clock my time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back up to this,
I think the animals back at the ranch
rest
should be all
point.
grown up by now.
What if we have anything new at the ranch? Yeah, okay. So I guess we can... So we can get a rat bag now. We can raise... pigs, cows, horses. Add some sheep. Add some chickens. Give me horses. And I guess we'll put cows in there. That works, I guess. Alright, so as I said, we're gonna break for tonight. Tomorrow I haven't sort of what to do for tomorrow yet, but we'll do something. So I'll hope to see everybody then, and I will catch you next time.